Well, from where I'm standing, sounds like hump day is pretty much going to hump me. It started raining right before I put the video up last night. I don't think it's quit. Try to keep her dry because she got to go back in the house. She's got to move too, so the bucket will get put away. Yeah, sometimes she's a little slow. Well, she's only got, what, 13 years of the same routine. She forgets it once in a while. And I'm guessing the deer have been moving up the driveway in the mornings. About 10 minutes before I was going to get up, the driveway alarm went off. And same thing yesterday morning. It is what it is. I was going to get up anyway. Of course, I've been waking up an hour before I wanted to get up, simply because that's when my body's been getting up for the last however long. And all these girls came in last night. I'm going to just go out on a limb and say that there's nothing left in the feeders in the feed barn. There's Hopey Dope. What else can we find? Penelope. Oh, and the tail sticking out next to Penelope, that happens to be Ruby. Oh, get my feeding done. Then, yeah, wait till it's light enough to see what I'm doing. By golly, look what she's driving. Unfortunately, Tahoe tranny was acting up again last night. And I was trying to get out here to help her. I'm just a little slow. Figure out which way she's going. And it's still raining, but dang, fog's coming. She's just sitting here waiting for me to get a little video of him. Oh, Wyatt. Oh, buddy. Yeah? You say hi, everybody? Yeah? Okay. Can't tell where she'll be all day. What do you think, Blakely? Can you say good morning? Can you say good morning?
We've had a bad, hard morning.
Yeah, she's got a couple owies on her legs from Halloween from wearing cowboy boots that were like 5 sizes too freaking big.
And not having anything underneath.
Yeah.
Like her pants weren't in her boots because they were too wide. It was an entire thing. And
so
she's got
one spot the size of my thumbnail and the other spot about the size of the nail on my index finger. And they are, you know, at least they don't look infected yet. So.
And I told Brooke, don't take the band-aids off. I don't give a shit what you do because that's what she's going to have. And
she had a total conniption fit, even trying to help her. She don't understand that yet. She needs to figure that out, though.
And she's got an owie butt, too, which doesn't help.
Yeah, owie butt, because she needs to figure out when she's got to go potty so she can go potty on the big girl potty. Stubborn. I'll let you stare at that nice clean pen for a second. So I think I can reach here. Louis, South Texas hay and cattle. He asked me last night what our spacings were on these. That one is 10 3/4, and I want to say that these are not quite spaced even. Like that's 11 1/4. Some of them I think are only 10, just because that's how it worked out to do it. And yeah, maybe I was lazy when I welded those together. These on the main cow feeder may be a little bit wider. And if you see a bent one or two, that's because they're a little snug for the bulls. I just saw one. Where was it? One of these in here. I know one of them over here. Yeah, there's one right there. That's what happens when you hook a chain on it to come along and hook to that post. And you pull it till the bull can get their head back out. And that section's the newest section in here. These were all from like 63. And Dad had a wooden section built in here back then. And we did some changing and poured new concrete for that section and made a new one. And I think they're spaced a little wider. They're also square tube, where these were all pipe. A little dark over here, but the lockups, these are a little narrow. The cows all fit, the bulls do not. But at their pivot point, that's only 7.5. And they're 11.5 at the top. Anybody didn't? Hey, you're interrupting me. Anybody didn't know how they work? This rod has stops on it. They just weld nuts to it for a stop. Rotates up. And the idea is, if it's rotated up and they put their head in, if they put their head down, it comes over and locks on it. So that's what you end up with. The issue, which we didn't know when we got these and redid this feeder, this feeder should go down to the floor level. We didn't do that. So sometimes it's kind of a pain to get them locked in. Calf barn, built in 1970. Dad built all this in place. Dog, I'm gonna whoop your butt. Originally, blocked off here and blocked off here, and this was the original hole. But they're only 9 inches, which is awesome for calves. Works great. Problem is, we got to a point where we ended up running cows over on this side sometimes. So everything's offset. I'm gonna whip a dog's butt. Come on, tape, cooperate. So they are 12.25 inches. And sometimes the bulls can get their head in and out. Cowboys so far this last year could. Although we have had them get stuck down at the bottom end. Dad didn't plank the whole thing all the way through. And the top is double rail, 1-inch square tube. So we ended up cutting the tube out. And when we put it back in, I welded a nub in the end, put it in, and then the top, we ran a pipe inside it to hold it. So yeah, that happens. No matter what you do, you got to cut something out at some point. And the rain tapered off earlier, got a little bit foggy. I thought maybe it's not going to rain, and it's come back with the wind. So yeah, I got my good stuff on. And we will play in the manure. So Louie, I hope that helps you out. I mean, they're all over the place. Well, like I told you in the comments last night. Got one feeder out of the way. That one I couldn't get the other side untied. Just too much stuff around it. Can't wiggle it enough to unhook it. And yeah, that's what's left in the feeder. That one over there looks like it's got a little bit better hay left in it, but and that one, yeah, it's about like this one. It's just dirt and shit and whatever else. Fir cones, little chunks of branches, and yeah, sloppy. Makes me wish I had more of that to mix with that. It's solider, easier to handle. I didn't get started when I wanted to. There was 3 cows that were eating off the heifer's feeder in the edge of the lot. I waited till they went out. The rest of them were already out. And then by the time I got feeders untied and all the gates open and got the bucket on, I can usually get this barn done if it's not quite this bad. And if things go really well. With the skid steer, I can get it done in a half hour, 45 minutes on a good day. We used to use 135 with the blade on the back and the 175 with a bucket on it to clean this. And that was a 4 or 5 hour process, but that was with round feeders that were much easier to move out of the way. We literally had a deal for the tractor that hooked on him and picked him up and set him outside and cleaned the barn. But anyway, the wind finally died down. I'll show you how much it's blowing. If you can see, come on, zoom. That's too much. There. Give you an idea how much it's blowing. When I was in here untying stuff, I was actually unhooking that one. The cable goes from up there to that corner of the feeder. I got hit in the face with 4 maple leaves. The wind's blowing that way. Those maple trees, and the other one is, you can't see it, but down there against the creek where we were feeding bales. That's the next closest one. Well, I don't know if they come from there or the wind's going to kick up again, like the beach road. Or you can see one way off there at the neighbors. That's over a 1/4 mile away. Well, things have been blowing. I'm going to get back to it because at least it's not raining. Because when it's blowing like it is today, the rain will literally come through that hole and soak me when I'm over there. It can be nasty, but you know, is what it is. Well, I just called Ty and told her to grab a big bag and a crescent wrench, and that's so we got that back rubber on that frame so we can swing it out of the way. Then it's not a blocked off hole. But I scraped against the wall and then I turned without getting far enough away from the wall, and I ripped a brand new. That was brand new last spring. We usually get 2 to 4 years out of them, but not when they're ripped in two. And the other thing I did, see that cable hanging there? That's what hooks to the feeder in front of me. The next one over, oh come on, I can see it, not in the camera. There it is, see the hook hanging? That cable's in 2 pieces now. When I was pushing out, I go down and push out as far as I can. And look, there she is. And I can't hear because I got my earplugs in.
What?
I'm talking to the camera.
I know that.
At least somebody does. Anyway, I caught it with the bucket and didn't know it. Yay. Yeah, I'd like to get to see the garbage man. That's what Ty's been doing. Yay. She just looked outside. I just finished getting a bite to eat. And she says it's raining like a bitch now. I got lucky. Steers pen's done, feed barn's done. Lot is scraped, but it's all in the corner of the lot.
Well, you had a couple showers.
And she says I had a couple drops here and there. I watched it go across the top of the ridge a couple of times. It never came here.
You had 2 good showers.
But if you look here, it's raining hard enough that that's blowing off the cab of the tractor. And it's blowing off the far side of the roof of the barn, if it'll show up. Yeah, it won't show on the camera. Go figure. And the far ridge, well, it's not there. Still do have to go replace that cable to hold that one feeder. It didn't feed. Yay. But at least I'm not out in it on an open skid steer for 4 hours. Take the skid steer down there and get the cable changed, switch and put some bales in. But for a little bit, I'm going to stay in here. She says, that ain't going to be long enough. I think we're going to have to put a chain on it or something. It's getting a clevis on it to hold it up there. And then probably got to put a nail on so it doesn't slip down the pole. And they are all patiently waiting. Huh?
You have this block.
Oh, it's on.
It
okay.
sits into the groove that
Okay.
is already made.
You're the one up there, not me. Just make sure it's pulled around so it'll stay. Yeah. The old farts and the youngins in here. It ain't raining at the moment, but you can tell the cobwebs above her head are blowing. And she's not the only thing wiggling the loader. The wind's helping with that. So I suppose I'm going to have to go find a piece of chain here in a minute or two. She figures out what she's doing. Running a bolt through the clevis. It's actually, I think it's supposed to be a 1/2 inch. But the threads are buggered up. So it's getting a 7/16 bolt with an eye lock on it. Funny thing, anything you do with the feeders, if you got a bolt through it, you better have a good nut on it. Like the clevises on the back rubber that I tore up earlier.
My brand new one.
Yeah. I told him it was new last spring.
Well, it was when we had Wally in the back barn. We run the heifers back there.
Yeah. It got used once.
Used for one season.
Anyway, use clevises to hold that onto
I'm
things.
assuming that's how you want it.
You think you're going to want to go around the corner with it a little bit so it's pulling off the corner of the post. I'll pull it tight. That's going to set however it's going to set. You just got to rattle it on there. Nice thing about cordless tools. Don't take long. As long as you don't drop nothing in the shit, because, you know.
You shut your mouth.
I'm going to leave and she's going to go digging through the shit to find it if she drops it. And there is kind of wet. Hey, look at that. It's back where it belongs. Close anyway. 24 inches of chain. The shackle. That's where I cut the chain and just put that hook into it. That's the hook that was on it. It's on there for now.
Except Dad dropped the other
Should
end
last.
and shit for me.
And I can't hear a word she's saying because I still got my earplugs in.
Except Dad dropped the other end and the shit for me on that side.
Oh, yeah. Screwing around, and poor girl had to get her hands full of manure. Look at that.
That's okay, it was your tools.
And then she dropped the tools in the manure.
No. I had to put the tools away.
Huh?
I still had 3 tools I had to go put away when I put the puppies up and fed.
Yeah.
So I had to wipe them off because my hands are full of shit.
Because you got them full of shit.
Your fault.
So, anyway, I'm going to get out of the way. She's going to finish pulling twine. When there's nobody in here, I go through and cut them all and then pull twine. Maybe I'm not going anywhere now because I can hear that with my earplugs on. Maybe it's just a quickie. Anyway, she's still got to pull the twine off this and then shut the gate and open the other one and let them be happy girls. But look at that. I talk to her daughter every morning when she won't get close to me. And there's Hope. Penelope. I knew where Brett's favorite 2 were, but I don't see them now, so sorry, Brent. You don't get to see them. Hope you all had a great, what is this, hump day? Yeah, I think it's hump day. Brent was off last night. He told me he hoped I had a good Tuesday. He must have been listening to the end of the video, and I didn't know what day it was. So, hopefully everybody has a great Thursday. I'm going to shut you off, and then I'm going to get wet.
I'm going to get fucking drenched.
She's going to get drenched. Or she may, well, I may not go anywhere. This is looking like that clip I did after I got done eating lunch. Thanks for watching, everybody.